Have you ever woken up from a nightmare and found yourself in another nightmare? The world seemed to shake. The scenery and houses were in ruins. Monsters were crawling everywhere. In front of Lu Sheng was a giant three-eyed centipede with tentacles around its mouth. Lu Sheng's eyes were furious. From there, a source of abundant power appears. Lu Sheng stood there with his hands in front, a sinister smile on his face. Landing in the future world, inheriting the essence of martial arts. For thousands of years, burning the fire of today, resolving the end of the world. Landing for 10,000 years later, he was dozing off in class. Suddenly a voice called out, "Lu Sheng, Lu Sheng, Lu Sheng." In a daze, woke up in a daze, thinking, what's wrong? Above the podium, the teacher angrily slammed the table. "Lu Sheng, you slept all day today." Lu Sheng's friends around him couldn't stop laughing. The teacher above him was still gnashing his teeth and scolding. "Look at yourself. There are only 200 days left until the exam. Why don't you try your best? From morning to night, you just sleep." The teacher pointed at Lu Sheng and continued to scold him. "With this look, after graduating, no one will want you to go to the construction site to deliver bricks. Do you know what the lowest standard for blood pressure in the cement industry is?" Lu Sheng frowned and stammered, "It's 08. The teacher interrupted, "So have you met the standard?" The friends around laughed mockingly. One of them looked at Lu Sheng and laughed contemptuously. "Teacher, don't force Lu Sheng anymore, let him sleep." Another added, "That's right. What can he do if his blood pressure is barely 07 and he doesn't sleep?" The teacher above shook his head in disappointment. "Why, he has no future at all." After school, the friends happily came out. Liu Qiming, one of Lu Sheng's few friends, happily turned back to continue the conversation. "Hey Lu Sheng, did you have another nightmare?" Lu Sheng sighed tiredly. He is remembering the dream just now was that depressing and dilapidated field Aegean. There were no other people, monsters walking everywhere. Thinking of these things, Lu Sheng's expression became even more tired. "Don't mention it anymore. This nightmare made my mental state extremely bad. My blood even dropped to 0.02. How many supplements do I have to take, and how long do I have to train hard to replenish it? This is really too bad." Liu Qiming shrugged and comforted him. "Don't think so much. Your energy and spirit can't even be compared to mine. We're all ordinary people. Leave those great heroes and world-saving characters to those geniuses." After saying what needed to be said, Qiming put on his bag and happily coaxed him as usual. "Let's go to the internet cafe." Lu Sheng quickly waved his hand. "No, I'm not in a good mood. I'm going home." Qiming was surprised. "Going home so early? That's not like you. Let's go out together. I'll tell you all the drinks and internet money today." Lu Sheng firmly shook his head at this sweet temptation. "I really won't go. I want to go home early to catch up on sleep." Another male classmate stood in front of the classroom door and shouted, "Liu Qiming, are you going to the internet cafe again?" Liu Qiming waved his chubby arms. Coming. Then Liu Qiming turned to Lu Sheng and said regretfully, "Sigh, then let's play together next time." Seeing that Lu Sheng said, bye. On the way home, Lu Sheng covered his face with one hand. "I didn't expect to travel to a new world, and I still have to worry about exams." Lu Sheng sighed. "Before I was worried about math and physics, and I also had to care about hot news. Why does this world not look too different from my previous life?" But Lu Sheng looked up at the billboards that talked about a beautiful sister holding a sword, standing majestically next to the monster's corpse. The 8th Legion successfully repelled the new wave of monsters. This year's regular exam, the blood value score was adjusted by 0.001 compared to last year's baseline. He was staring at the billboards. Then suddenly from somewhere appeared a hot girl with 2 hands carrying heavy boxes, loudly reminding, "Get out of the way. Don't stand there in the middle of the road like that." Lu Sheng opened his mouth in admiration of the strong girl in front of him. "So strong, when will I be able to be like that?" At sunset in an old apartment building, a sigh rang out, "I-do," along with a pain patch on Lu Sheng's father's back. Lu Sheng's father lay there gritting his teeth and enduring. You should be gentle." Lu Sheng's mother laughed. "It will be over soon." Lu Sheng entered the house, took off his shoes and greeted, "I'm home." The mother happily asked, "Little Sheng is home." Lu Sheng's father sat up, put on his clothes and asked, "Are you hungry? Why don't you eat an apple first?" Lu Sheng's mother lovingly added, "I'll go cook right away, just wait until your sister comes back." Lu Sheng looked at his father with a back full of pain-relieving snake pieces. "Dad, let's buy a blood pressure monitor. It can stimulate blood circulation and dilate blood vessels and tendons. It also works for back and waist injuries. My friend has one at home and I hear it's not bad." The father happily raised his hand and flexed his muscles. Hey, how can this be considered a wound? It's just a matter of age. Your father used iron to make it. This level is just a small matter." "Oh right, just in time, Dad has a gift for you." The father took out 2 bottles of medicine and placed them on the table. "Tada, the benevolent newest health recovery power. Are you surprised?" Lu Sheng stared in surprise. The mother spoke up. Hubby, this is the tonic powder that sells for 20,000 on TV, right? The mother suddenly broke out in a cold sweat and continuously patted Lu Sheng's father on the back. Is this real or fake? You're really good. I heard this is the most effective tonic for students. You really have some skills. My beating is worth it, the father cried out in pain. Ah ha ha, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. The mother happily said, heh heh. It just so happens that today, when I went to work, I had some leftover pork. The manager told me to bring it back. Today I have to reward our great hero. The father was happy. Huh, really pork? The father excitedly continued. What a lucky day today. The mother smiled and replied, it's a lucky day with two good things. The two happily ignored Lu Sheng, who was biting his lips to restrain himself. The mother spoke up. That's right, Lu. How is your blood chi value recently? Has it broken through to 0.85? Your sister's blood chi value is about to reach 0.9. Your parents are most worried about you. Hearing this, Lu Sheng suddenly woke up. The news said that the average standard score of the regular exam has been adjusted by 0.01. Lu Sheng put on his bag and left embarrassed, I know. Entering the room, Lu Sheng took off his coat and looked determined. Sigh, I should still practice quickly. Lu Sheng exhaled and gathered his inner energy. 24 body reconstruction techniques. The 14th set of radio gymnastics begin. While practicing, Lu Sheng thought the 24 popular martial arts of the martial world are said to be created by the great masters of the martial world, based on ancient martial arts, and ancient Nu. Dao Lu Sheng stretched and trembled. It is most suitable for beginners to use martial arts to practice the basics. Now the version I practice is the 13th version after being revised. 300 years ago, the world underwent a great change. A huge rift appeared between the sky and the earth. Monsters were roaring, shaking the blood-stained sky. Lu Sheng continued to think. The terrifying beasts that poured out from within changed the trajectory of the world. Hot weapons lost their effectiveness. Humans suddenly gained the power of some kind of gene lock in the human body that was broken. A human with red currents flowing through his body appeared. Then people with different postures radiated different powers. Individual strength easily climbed to unbelievable heights. Therefore, mankind entered the era of martial arts. Even so, on the battlefield of fighting for survival space with monsters, humans are still in an absolute position. Almost every day, cities and towns are lost and humans continue to fail. The leaders of that time spoke out. You were born in a chaotic era. You must shoulder the responsibility of this era. Everyone rose up for humanity and practiced martial arts. Each person was the spark of martial arts. Lu Sheng leaned against the cabinet and panted. I've been practicing the body technique 3 times in a row, but there's no change in my blood energy. My sister's blood energy value is almost at 9. My blood energy has receded due to the nightmare, so I can't replenish it. Lu Sheng was sweating profusely, thinking, my parents worked so hard to buy medicine for me. God gave me a second chance to transmigrate to this martial arts world. Is this the result? Lu Sheng determinedly started muttering, if practicing 3 times doesn't work, then practice 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. I absolutely, then Lu Sheng's eyes gradually blurred. When he opened his eyes again, it was another world. Lu Sheng slowly stood up in the middle of a desolate place surrounded by corpses. Where is this? Is this the wilderness of that nightmare again? Lu Sheng pinched his cheeks hard to wake up, not paying attention to the dark shadow behind him. What happened? Did you fall asleep again? There's really no way to wake up. The black shadow behind him roared and turned into a huge zombie. It was wearing armor. Its eyes emitted a red light. Its mouth opened wide, ready to pounce on Lu Sheng and eat him. Lu Sheng was suddenly attacked and had no time to react. Being crushed by it, he could only use his hands to block its sharp teeth from biting him. The monster growled again. Lu Sheng realized it was a zombie. Lu Sheng panicked as he looked at its teeth approaching him. Damn it! I've been able to escape for so many nights, and this thing still took me away. Lu Sheng tilted his head. The monster directly plunged headfirst into the ground. Lu Sheng gritted his teeth in panic. Hateful, don't look down on others. Then he kicked the zombie. Even though my combat performance is terrible, even though I'm a useless guy with only 0.7 blood energy, but still considered half a martial artist, Lu Sheng stomped hard, successfully kicking the ghost away. He tightly gripped the rock in his hand. Lu Sheng hit it hard. Lu Sheng hit it with rocks continuously until that zombie dies. Lu Sheng sat on the corpse of the zombie, panting. Lu Sheng stood up and analyzed. Hey, is this probably done? The zombie's weakness is its head. Suddenly, the tentacles of evil energy from the monster reached Lu Sheng. He panicked. What is this? Those tendrils continued to enter. Lu Sheng could only cover his face and scream. Memories flashed the image of him sitting on the beach, talking to some unknown man. Sai, what are your plans after graduation? I plan to join the base defense team. I heard that the defense team's training is very hard and dangerous. It's okay. This has always been my dream. Scene change. A chief officer is giving orders starting from today. You are a member of Base Defense Team 1359. Remember Y48549. Yes, sir. Then the scene changed. How to breathe, how to train the body. Teach you these two things. Eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom. You all have to practice for me. With this extra strength, you can have another chance to protect your life. Understood, sir. Scene change. Now the monsters rushed in. The main gate of the base has been broken. Strange beasts everywhere. What is this black mist? Ending the memory with a scream, Lu Sheng covered his face in pain. What are these? That guy's memories before he was alive. Why did I kill him? I can still get his memories. What the hell happened? Lu Sheng's whole body emitted green true energy. Suddenly, another monster rushed up from behind. Lu Sheng discovered it. The monster rushed forward but saw nothing. Suddenly, a terrifying gaze appeared. The monster's head flew away. Lu Sheng's body was full of vitality, scratching through monsters. Gradually calmed down, Lu Sheng was surprised, then looked at the head falling to the ground. What the hell is this my fault? Since when did I become so strong? And then the monster's power from earlier entered Lu Sheng's body again. The power is gradually flowing in. Could it be that zombie? Lu Sheng seemed to understand killing a zombie not only allows you to obtain his memories from before he was alive, but also his power. Lu Sheng was still looking at his hand in a daze. It's hard to believe so easily he was able to receive someone else's lifetime experience. Isn't that going against the heavens? Thinking that Lu Sheng quickly breathed a sigh of relief. Haze! If all of this isn't a dream, then that's great. Lu Sheng stood up and looked closely at this barren land. But saying this place is a dream feels very magical. This place is too real. Suddenly the head of the zombie from earlier released a source of power. Suddenly, Lu Sheng's eyes widened. His eyes flashed with blue light. These memories. After a few minutes, thousands of words suddenly appeared in Lu Sheng's mind. Lu Sheng lowered his head and accepted uncomfortably. Memory of base number 1359. This base also appeared in the previous memory. It seems that I need to find this base number 1359. Maybe there I will be able to find the truth related to this dream. Thinking so, Lu Sheng started to move his limbs. This time I absorbed the memories, but I don't feel that strong anymore. Maybe if I want to inherit the power I need to find a new combat-type zombie, their memories will be more useful to me. Suddenly the sky seemed to collapse. A fierce tornado appeared. Lu Sheng stood there, stunned. What is this? Lu Sheng staggered, and couldn't stand holding his head in pain. Lu Sheng slammed his hand on the floor. Lu Sheng, covered in sweat, struggled to get up and gasped. I'm awake. A knock on the door sounded, followed by an urgent voice. Lu Sheng, come out and eat. How long do you plan to stay in your room? Lu Sheng tiredly opened the door. Chinghe. It turns out that this girl with a good figure is Lu Sheng's only sister, Lu Qinghe. Qinghe tossed her hair and said with a frown, You're not saying you're training, you're just sleeping in that room. After saying that, Qinghe pouted. Lu Sheng forced a laugh. Haha. He opened the door wider, his face covered in sweat. The wet clothes clung to his skin, revealing his six-pack abs. Lu Sheng said, I really did not sleep well. Lu Qinghe opened her eyes wide in surprise at the scene before her. A moment later, she turned around and left, not forgetting to remind, Get up and go quickly, don't keep your parents waiting any longer. After walking for a while, Lu Qinghe blushed and pursed his lips, thinking, Since when did his body become so strong? It seems like he's still working hard to train. Seeing Lu Qinghe leave, Lu Sheng replied with difficulty, I'll be right there. He bitterly recalled the childhood memories of the two brothers. When he was little, Qinghe was very clingy to me. Ever since he entered the academy and got his first test results, his attitude towards me has changed. It's no wonder after all his blood energy has already surpassed 1 or 0, and his combat power index has also surpassed 100. If this continues, he will very quickly be able to receive the direct admission qualification of a key martial arts university. In one sentence, perhaps Lu Qinghe is a genius, a genuine genius. As for me, I am truly a useless older brother. It can't be any more useless. When changing clothes, Lu Sheng looked at himself in the mirror and was stunned. Since when did my body have muscles? Then start the joint to feel more. Clearly just woke up. But there is no feeling of fatigue, also not tired. On the contrary, spirit is full. Lu Sheng directly hit a few times to test it out. Not only that I remember all the memories I got from those zombies. Lu Sheng hit the wall. Every hit was so strong and fast that it even blew smoke. There's also some kind of fighting technique. Lu Sheng was stunned. Unbelievable, even my strength has increased. Could it be that I can really materialize the power in my dream? Lu Sheng's father saw his son coming and happily said, Here you are. Sit down quickly. Lu Sheng's mother slowly brought over a bowl of hot soup and asked, Here's the soup, serve it on the table. Walking down to the table to eat, Lu Sheng couldn't help but think about this miraculous problem. Can one become stronger in a dream? How miraculous, sitting down at the table. Lu Sheng suddenly went crazy eating, continuously praising in his heart. Mom's cooking skills are better now. Today's rice is so delicious, it's so good I can't stop. So Lu Sheng quickly asked his mother for another bowl. Give me another bowl. Everyone in the house looked at Lu Sheng in surprise. The atmosphere was silent. Lu Sheng was stunned and forced a smile, not noticing that there was a pile of bowls next to him. Then he took the bowl of rice back, his mouth still full of rice. Lu Sheng awkwardly said, "Oh, forget it, I'm full." Lu Sheng thought, "What's going on? When did I eat so much?" As soon as Lu Sheng took his hand back, the father quickly reached for the bowl of rice. "What is this family going to let you starve to death?" Then the father turned to the mother. "Go cook another bowl of rice and cook a few more dishes for him." The mother sighed. "Okay." Then the father happily patted Lu Sheng's shoulder. That's how boys are during puberty. No matter how much they eat, they never feel full. They suddenly grow taller. Tomorrow I'll go buy more supplements. Puberty is a good time to increase qi and blood, don't waste it. Lu Qinghe smiled sarcastically. Even if he gains weight, he can't gain it anywhere. He's already 18 years old. I remember the last time he checked his blood pressure. It was only 0.8. It's not like he's a weight person. He can't gain weight if he wants to. The father frowned in guilt. "You little girl, don't kick your brother like that. No matter how much you can increase your regular martial arts or college martial arts. In the future, you will become a hero who can stand on top of the world." Qinghe heard this and ignored him, his mouth still full of food. Then the two people continued to argue. Lu Shen looked at his hand and fell into deep thought. Maybe blood energy can really increase in dreams. Is it an illusion? Let's go to the martial arts hall to check. At night, Lu Shen stood in front of the martial arts hall, looking up information on his phone, then looked up at the signboard Hongchuan Dojo. Hongchuan Dojo owner Ni Hongchuan specializes in family martial arts, was in the top 10 of the 23rd Martial Arts Exchange by Hay City. This world's martial artist level B, standard martial artist level 1, blood standard 1, 5 standard combat power index, 150 elite students, level 1, martial artist Keichuchi. The standard blood martial artist level 2 is 15. The standard combat power index is 1500 level 1 to level 2. Standard is 10 times the professional training level 2. Martial artist Lin Lan and level 3. Martial artist blood standard 100 combat power. Standard is more than 10 Thurad level 3. Martial artist advisor Shijin blood peak exceeds 200 combat power. Only those who reach 100,000 can become level 4 martial artist. Dojo master Ni Hongchuan. Lu Shen couldn't help but be stunned. The blood energy has surpassed 200, which is equivalent to 300 times my level. The difference in martial artist levels is the difference in life classes. High-level martial artists are real supermen. Lu Sheng looked at the paper posted on the wall of the martial arts hall. The price of this supplementary class is only for the children of the rich to be eligible to register to participate. Lu Sheng entered the hall, still thinking, if Qinghe has this way of thinking, maybe the family will help him with this amount of money. As for me, I will give up. Moreover, I don't need to supplement the path of absorbing the zombie in my dream like this. The receptionist saw Lu Sheng and said, "Hello, sir." The purple-haired receptionist greeted him warmly. "Welcome to Hongchuan Martial Arts School. Is this student here to register for our martial arts advanced class?" Lu Sheng rubbed his neck in embarrassment. "No, I just came to test my blood and fighting strength." The receptionist's eyes flashed with an assessment. "There's no family training nearby. Probably not a rich kid." Thinking that the receptionist still enthusiastically showed the way, follow the hallway to room number 8. There's a machine for testing inside. Do you need my help? Lu Sheng looked at the receptionist's direction and smiled. "I know how to use it. No need, thank you." In the room, Lu Sheng seriously raised his hand. "First start checking the blood and qi." Lu Sheng placed his hand on the ball in front of him. The ball emitted a blue light. On the system board shows blood point 0.963, martial artist level, apprentice level. Lu Shen laughed happily. 0.96. It really increased. In just 1 hour it increased by 0.2. This is true cultivation. Lu Sheng's lips were still pressed into a straight line, unable to contain his joy. "I'm almost able to catch up to my little sister. She's a genius if so. I can also go further on the path of martial arts." Thinking so, Lu Sheng looked around. What about the combat power index? Standing in front of the humanoid measuring machine, Lu Sheng was worried. "No problem. All of that zombie's fighting skills and experience have been engraved in my brain." Thinking so, Lu Sheng closed his eyes. He turned his foot and punched the meter with all his might. The meter shook continuously, then stopped. System panel displays. Combat power 113. Lu Sheng was stunned. 113. Such an increase even surpassed the limit of blood and energy. This is the truth. I can really become a real martial artist. Lu Sheng was overjoyed. Just sleeping for an hour has increased my blood and energy and fighting power by so much. It's already 8 o'clock. What about 9 o'clock? Then 10 o'clock. In one night, I can completely change myself. That night it was time to sleep, but Lu Sheng's eyes were wide open, and he couldn't sleep. Lu Sheng angrily sat up and punched the blanket to vent his anger. Fuck! Now I can't sleep anymore if I want to sleep together. Is it true that you sleep better in class? Is biology class for game addicts? Lu Sheng huffed and turned on the light. It's only 9 o'clock. It's really a bit early to sleep. Forget it. I should still exercise a bit. If I'm tired, I can naturally sleep. It's just a good idea to increase my blood circulation, so I'll try to calm down a bit. Lu Sheng prepares to take the radio gymnastics set 13th start. First, Lu Sheng suddenly stopped. What is this move? Why am I doing this move? Lu Sheng blankly punched another set of punches. I've memorized the 24 moves since I was little. Why am I doing them wrong now? Then the memories of the zombies appeared in a training scene. Lu Sheng was surprised. This is the physical training in the memories of that zombie. In the apartment, most of the lights were off. A young figure still practicing appeared. He strongly waved his hand. Lu Sheng gasped, slowly feeling 200 more movements than the previous practice. Lu Sheng's outstretched hand created a powerful green, true ki. Lu Sheng felt this very clearly. Moreover, every time I can feel the power in my body surging. Lu Sheng gasped. That's not right. It's not just the physical training that's responsible for it. There's also the breathing method. Memories flashed, accompanied by a voice that kept reminding him, the breathing method and the physical training method teach you to practice eating, drinking, sleeping, and resting all the time. It's too wonderful, too wonderful. Just a few movements are more than I practiced for a year. No, even better than the results of several years. It turns out that dreams are the real treasures. Lu Sheng closed his eyes, folded his two hands together, and transmitted his true energy, wanting the abundant energy to roll into a circle. Suddenly the silence stopped. Lu Sheng's stomach growled. Lu Sheng held his stomach and collapsed with difficulty. His face was sunken. So hungry, what's going on? So hungry that I can't stand this kind of hunger. Lu Sheng's haggard face recalled the meal last night, and he drooled. Could it be that after the increase in blood and energy, the body's energy was not enough? Normal food simply could not provide the nutrients I needed. In short, Lu Sheng only had one thought: he needed supplements. Lu Sheng's body trembled with hunger, but my family's income is basically not enough to afford the high-priced supplements. If this continues, it will definitely affect the speed of progress. Lu Sheng looked around his room and seemed to remember something, so I must earn money to buy supplements. Every semester there are awards for students with good academic performance. I remember the A-class scholarship of Beihai Academy is 10,000 yuan. But to get this amount of money, Lu Sheng's eyes were determined. I'll have to make a display of my talents and abilities. The next morning at the gym in the school locker room, Lu Sheng and the others were changing clothes. Liu Qiming pulled up his shirt and happily started a conversation. It's rare for the class president to not spend time solving problems today, but it's been a long time since he had a real combat lesson. He was about to continue when Qiming looked at Lu Sheng in surprise. Old Lu, since when did you develop such amazing muscles? Qiming still wanted to touch it, but Lu Sheng quickly put on his shirt. Qiming didn't pay attention and continued to praise. It's only been a few days since we last met. Why are you so tall? I didn't recognize you. Damn, these chest muscles. Lu Sheng calmly said, yeah, I've been working hard on my training lately. Don't touch it randomly. Lu Sheng touched the bangs that were blocking his eyes. Speaking of which, my hair is already long, so I should go get a cut. Liu Qiming pouted. Yeah, I think you want to show off to attract girls, because there's a practical class today, right? I've seen through your vulgar intentions long ago. Lu Sheng was helpless before his friend's thoughts. You're the most vulgar. The exam is coming, so you should try your best. After saying that, the two walked away side by side. Lu Sheng still paid attention to Qiming's words. But how to show off? Maybe this is really an opportunity. At the martial arts school, the combat teacher, Zhong Zhenguo, spoke up. Okay, today's combat class is still to reinforce the basic combat techniques that we taught you before. Liu Qiming whispered, I heard that Master Zhong is an official level 2 martial artist. He has been to the battlefield and fought with strange beasts. Look at the wound on his hand. It's true that Zhong Zhenguo has a big scar on his hand. Lu Sheng looked at him intently. A second-level martial artist. I think his fighting skills are too simple and crude. What I learned in my dreams is much more advanced than this. At this time, Zhong Zhenguo was warming up with some teaching movements. A moment later, Zhong Zhenguo kicked hard a few times. Then he retracted his leg and finished. Okay, the main point is these things and Zhong Zhenguo pointed to a student below Yang Jifei. Come up and practice with me. I'll demonstrate it for everyone. The other students followed this person's hand and couldn't help but get excited. Yang Jifei stood up. Yes, teacher. He walked arrogantly in front of admiring gazes. Wow, Jifei is so cool. Moreover, his strength is strong. A girl with admiring eyes spoke up. The friend next to him chimed in. That's right, he's the top student and the hot boy of our class. I really want to practice with him. The crowd was in an uproar when the teacher called Ji-Fei's name. You practice. I'm afraid he has other intentions. Talk nonsense. I don't have it. On the contrary. Qi-Ming snorted in disdain. It's this guy again. Every chance to show off is his. Is there any fairness in the rich and handsome, the blood tonic? The blood tonic at each stage is the best. The last time the blood was tested, it was already 1-2. The teachers in the school were biased in giving him instructions. How can we commoners survive? While Qi-Ming was explaining Yang Ji-Fei to Lu Sheng, he had already demonstrated a few powerful kicks. Seeing that Lu Sheng thought to himself, that's right, if it were me from before I could only lament my unfair fate. Lu Sheng's eyes were determined, but now it's different. I have to go and take it all myself. In front, the two people were still demonstrating for everyone to see, and ended with a fist fight. Zhong Zhenguo brushed his clothes and praised, good, not bad. Not bad movements. There's a bit of a problem with moving the center of gravity. I'll correct it later so you can practice well and have a bright future. Next is actual combat call. Some friends to fight with you. Yang Ji-Fei clasped his hands respectfully. Yes, thank you for your teachings, teacher. On the surface, Yang Ji-Fei's heart was filled with sarcasm towards the teacher in front of him. You're fixing me. A small second-level martial artist can't even compare to his own family's professor. Compared to the cannon fodder on your battlefield, of course, I have a bright future. Zhong Zhenguo, of course, did not realize the irony. He looked around. Is there any student who wants to go up and compete with Yang Ji-Fei? Is there anyone who wants to go up? The people below all avoided Zhong Zhenguo's gaze and tried to look elsewhere. Liu Qi-Ming snorted in disdain. Who can beat him? Isn't it just a stepping stone? Who would do such a stupid thing? Zhong Zhenguo frowned in disappointment when he saw the students' reactions. Every time we talk about actual combat, these students are so timid like ostriches, so how can I teach them? Although the school said that the students cultivate their blood body and practice martial arts after graduating, only the elites enter the army and embark on the path of martial arts. Zhong Zhenguo looked around again. Everyone below says that I favor good students, but these kids don't think about it, except for Yang Ji-Fei, who would dare to come forward to accept me. Zhong Zhenguo's sweeping gaze accidentally met Lu Sheng's fierce gaze. Zhong Tranquat couldn't help but be terrified. This kid, what kind of gaze is this? It's like he's really killed before. Is there such a good seed in the class? Trusting his eyes, Zhong Zhenguo pointed at Lu Sheng sitting below. Okay, then this student can come up here and practice with Yang Ji-Fei. Lu Sheng calmly stood up. Yes, Liu Qi-Ming worriedly held on to his friend old Lu. Just admit defeat. The exam is coming soon and it's greatly affected now. Don't try to force yourself to be proud, okay? Lu Sheng flexed his arms, showing off his muscles, looking extremely confident. Don't worry, Qi-Ming didn't. I tell you, I've been working hard on my training recently. Zhong Zhenguo stood in the middle and reminded him, then the limit is 10 minutes. Safety first. Remember the important points I said during class. Yang Ji-Fei stood indifferently against Lu Sheng's silent demeanor. The two people's eyes met, and the teacher's reminder echoed in their ears. When rubbing skills, remember to know when to stop. Zhong Zhenguo silently evaluated Lu Sheng, not afraid of being quiet and calm on the field. How come I didn't discover such a quality before? With his superficial evaluation, Zhong Zhenguo asked Lu Sheng, how much was your blood pressure test last time? Lu Sheng calmly replied, last time, 0,802. Zhong Zhenguo frowned and thought 0,8 is so low, it doesn't seem right. Am I seeing things? Zhong Zhenguo also stopped evaluating Lu Sheng and reminded him again. Then, pay attention to the strength of the fight. The important thing is the technical exchange, you know. Ready to start, Yang Ji-Fei raised one hand forward and arrogantly said, are you ready, Lu? Did you listen to the lecture just now? When you fall, remember not to use your empty hand or you will break your bones. Must protect the weak point, especially the head facing that contemptuous reminder. Lu Sheng calmly prepared his stance to fight. Thank you for the reminder, I remember, I'm ready. Please advise. A punch was approaching, accompanied by a compromising voice, okay? Seeing Lu Sheng's surprised face, Yang Ji-Fei was sure that he would not be able to dodge in time. In his heart, he was pleased. Lu Sheng, do you know what is most important in actual combat? Controlling the distance with the opponent, observing the opponent's movements, predicting the opponent's moves, choosing a combat strategy that is balanced in defense and attack, grasping the rhythm of combat, short attacks to probe, then using strong attacks to decide victory or defeat. None of these are, it is the distance of blood speed and strength. Yang Ji-Fei threw a punch with all his might. His fierce eyes showed a smug look. The winner and loser were already clear. The stronger one will win, but a useless person like you should have such a funny ending. Yang Jifei's punch hit empty air. Lu Shen bent down to dodge the punch. While Yang Jifei was still dazed, a punch flew towards his face. Obviously, Yang Jifei couldn't dodge it. He was dazed. The punch just kept hitting him hard in the face, huh? What? Jifei was directly thrown several dozen meters away. A nearby classmate was stunned and supported the unconscious Yang Jifei. Zhongzhen Guo also ran to support Jifei's head. His mouth was so surprised that he couldn't close it. The others were also shocked and gaped. In the middle of the training ground, only Lu Sheng's towering figure remained. Everyone suddenly shouted, Lu Sheng only used one punch. Only used one punch to defeat Yang Jifei. Lu Sheng was stunned, huh? Yang Jifei directly fainted. Everyone around stood up in surprise. Huh? What happened? Lu Sheng defeated Yang Jifei with just one punch. After a moment of surprise, Zhongzhen Guo shouted, What are you doing? Go to the infirmary and call the teacher. A stuttering student. Yes, yes. A moment later, Yang Jifei was bandaged and put on a stretcher. Lu Sheng was confused and called out Teacher Zhong. Zhongzhen Guo turned back, and Lu Sheng continued, Teacher Zhong, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I couldn't keep my strength up for a moment. Zhongzhen Guo frowned and looked at Lu Sheng thoughtfully. A moment later, Zhongzhen Guo placed his hand on Lu Sheng's shoulder. Injuries are inevitable in actual combat. Don't worry, his injuries are fine. Come to my office, I have something to tell you. Lu Sheng was bewildered. Yes, sir, Lu Sheng said and waved to Qiming behind him. I'm going to the teacher's office for a bit. Remember to take attendance for me next class. Qiming was stunned, huh? Behind Qiming, his friends were wide-eyed. Oh my god, didn't Lu Sheng take some supplements? Why is he suddenly so strong? He defeated Yang Jifei by himself. Another person spoke up, is this kid? Lu Sheng, is he the Lu Sheng we know? Another person quickly realized Yang Jifei's 122 blood energy can't even withstand Lu Sheng. Another person wondered, what exactly is Lu Sheng's blood energy index? Lu Qiming could only stare blankly at Lu Sheng's back and softly call his friend's name, Old Lu. Lu Sheng followed his teacher into the office. As soon as he entered the room, Lu Sheng was attracted by an ancient pine tree placed in a pot as an ornamental plant. Lu Sheng stopped and admired this bonsai. I didn't know Master Zhong had such a hobby. Zhongzhen Guo smiled. Haha, it's just a little hobby. Besides, who doesn't have their own secrets, right? Zhongzhen Guo's gaze towards Lu Sheng changed, accompanied by probing. Are you right? Student Lu Sheng has a blood key index of 08. Lu Sheng replied calmly. Teacher Zhong, you're right. That's the result of the final test. Zhongzhen Guo's eyes changed color, like a tiger hunting for prey. You didn't use that kind of drug that forced blood circulation, did you? You should know that such drugs are strictly prohibited by the school. Not only are they harmful to your health, if they are discovered, it's not a fundamental mistake. Lu Sheng was surprised. What drugs? Of course not. I can guarantee that I absolutely did not use that kind of banned drug. Zhongzhen Guo opened a box. His eyes looked at Lu Sheng coldly. Okay, if that's the case, then let's check your blood index again. If you use medicine, your blood will heat up and the index will fluctuate violently. Then we will measure your combat strength index again. If your combat strength and blood index are equivalent, then we can prove your strength. Lu Sheng looked at the humanoid detector nearby and calmly agreed. Okay. Lu Sheng stepped forward and placed his hand on the sphere under Zhongzhen Guo's gaze. A powerful blue light poured out, surprising the two. The system displayed a blood index of 1032, level 1, warrior. Zhongzhen Guo gaped, what 15? Zhongzhen Guo couldn't help but be shocked by this scene. 15, a real warrior, an official warrior at the age of 18. Not only in school, but even in the entire Beihe city, he is considered a genius. Zhongzhen Guo looked at Lu Sheng standing in front of the body measuring machine. A loud crash sounded, and Zhongzhen Guo opened his eyes wide. Then he jumped up and shouted, what happened? In front of Zhongzhen Guo was the scene of a humanoid combat force meter with its head blown off. The machine directly went through the pine tree behind, leaving only a bare stump. Zhongzhen Guo cried out, oh my god, my proud pine tree. Why did you leave me like that? Lu Sheng was scared and hugged the machine that was stuck to the wall. The wall was also heavily cracked. Lu Sheng was worried. I'm sorry. Teacher Zhong, I didn't mean to do it. Zhongzhen Guo hugged the pine tree and looked at the combat power meter, thinking to himself, this kid, although he is a student version, when faced with the attack of a real warrior, he really can't stand it. Then Zhongzhen Guo looked at Lu Sheng, who was struggling to take out the machine. This kid's combat power is not limited to the combat level of a level 1 warrior. A moment later, Lu Sheng sat on the chair with his back straight, hugging the machine in confusion. Zhongzhen Guo sat a little further away from Lu Sheng, his hands on the table, looking at Lu Sheng. After a while of looking at each other, Zhongzhen Guo spoke first. What did you just say? The last blood test was 008. So how long ago was the last test? Lu Sheng was startled, and after a while replied, "Oh, the last time was half a month ago." Zhong Zhenguo jumped up in shock. Half a month ago? You said you only needed half a month to raise your blood energy from Vesti Taka Satamaji Rival 8 to the blood energy index of a full-fledged warrior. Which family are you the heir to? Also, which grandmaster are you cultivating with? Lu Shen forced a smile and answered each question. Haha, my family background is very normal, not a big family. I also didn't have any expert to guide me. So how did my strength improve so quickly? Zheng Zhenguo asked. Lu Sheng replied, "This is my secret." Zhong Zhenguo couldn't believe it as he reorganized his thoughts. In a month, my blood energy index almost doubled. My fighting strength far exceeded the standards of a level 1 warrior. My academic performance during my college years was also not bad. I trained hard for so many years to break through to a level 2 warrior and then join the army. Zhong Zhenguo recalls his life and death experience. It was only after entering the battlefield that I realized the truth that humans are invincible monsters. At that time, Zhong Zhenguo was seriously injured. In front of him was a giant monster. At that time, he realized a truth. When faced with irrational forces, how small and powerless humans become. The only thing that can defeat monsters is absurd principles. Humans cannot understand them. Zhong Zhenguo recalled the characters with monster powers and then looked at Lu Sheng in front of him. He sighed. "I understand." Then, Zhong Zhenguo added another piece of information that stunned Lu Sheng. "With your achievements, you can absolutely join the school's elite class so that the best teachers can teach you. I will contact the office." Lu Sheng immediately interrupted. "Thank you for your good intentions, teacher, but there's no need. I feel that the level of the class I'm studying is very good." Having said that, Lu Sheng had other thoughts. Instructing and learning cannot be as fast as in a dream. Zhong Zhenguo felt regretful and wanted to advise him further. "There's no need. But for a student with talent like you, the school will definitely help you completely. Do you have any difficulties during practice that you need the school to solve? Tell me everything." Lu Sheng quickly agreed. "If that's the case, I won't be polite anymore. I have 2 requests. I want to apply for a martial arts scholarship, and I also hope the school will give me free time to go to school to study." Zhong Zhenguo realized, so that's it. Lack of financial support and free time. Thinking through it, Zhong Zhenguo agreed. "Okay, I will let you apply for a special scholarship from the school, about 30,000 yuan. As for class time, I will report to the education department. It will take about 2 days for the scholarship to be approved, but your training cannot be delayed." Zhong Zhenguo took out a card from his pocket and gave it to Lu Sheng. "Generously, I will give it to you first. Return it to me when you feel like you have some spare money." St. Lu opened his mouth wide. "Here." Lu Sheng couldn't help but be shocked. "This is a martial arts black card. There's at least 100,000 in it. This is even more than a scholarship." Lu Sheng received it with both hands and sincerely thanked him. "Thank you, teacher." Zhong Zhenguo smiled. "Haha, don't neglect your training. I'm counting on you to bring back glory to the school." "Okay, go back to class." Quickly, Lu Sheng was delighted. "Yes, thank you, Teacher Zhong." Lu Sheng opened the door and left Zhong Zhenguo alone in the office. Couldn't help but feel excited. "Haha, well done, Lu Sheng. Our Beihai Academy unexpectedly gave birth to someone like Lu Sheng, not even 18 years old yet, but already possesses the strength of a second-level warrior. Before the test, we need to hide him well as a secret weapon. No matter how difficult it is enough to scare people from other academies." Zhong Zhenguo stood up. "That's right. I have to quickly report this news to my superiors. Not only is it a joint competition after so many years, we finally have someone who can set foot in that place." In a luxurious red box, a precious medicine bottle was placed inside. The sales staff introduced enthusiastically, "You know how to choose things. This is the Benevolent Hall, the new product of Orchid's Heart." Seeing that the mother and daughter in front of them were extremely interested in this product, the staff added, "After the blood energy reaches 0.8, you can use it to stabilize the blood energy. This is the type with the best effect. Moreover, this is specially produced for female martial artists. Now if you spend 30,000, you can own it." The mother happily said, "Oh, not bad. Wrap it up for me." Leaving the store, the two of them were extremely happy. The mother happily looked at her daughter. "Okay, after taking the medicine, you have to work hard to absorb it. Okay?" The daughter excitedly put her arm around her mother. "Don't worry, Mom. In the upcoming mock exam, I will definitely get the top spot in the class." Lu Shen silently watched the two of them. 30,000 a bottle. Even though my parents work day and night, they can only buy a bottle of powder for 3,000. Becoming the strongest martial artist can earn more money. With more money, we can also train the strongest warriors. From this it can be seen that the noble sons from poor families are really miserable. Lu Sheng looked at the reality and felt like his younger sister, Lu Qinghe, was the one who went up the stairs first, holding a chain in her hand. but that chain was handcuffed to Lu Sheng's neck. Lu Sheng followed Lu Qinghe with difficulty and fatigue. Lu Shen thought Qinghe is the real genius who possesses the talent to change my destiny, but I am implicated in possessing poor and scarce resources. But what about me? I don't want to accept the fact that I am very ordinary. I don't want to use all my strength to change my destiny. I can only live a normal life passively and unconsciously. Lu Shen stood watching two other students passing by and accidentally heard their conversation. One of them was extremely confident. Today I will take you to a new peak. I learned a swordsman who will lead you to the top. Hold on to your thighs. The other friend smiled. You? If you learn how to hang the machine, maybe we can score faster. Know your limits. Hearing those words, Lu Sheng continued to ponder. That's right, the desire to witness this magical martial arts world can only hide in the game, lingering in the past life. I longer for the vastness of the boundless sea, yes, reluctant to part with the comfort and safety of the tank. However, everything has changed. Lu Sheng feels that he is that fish. Finally, he breaks out of the tank. I will rise above the water and see the outside world again. I will seize the opportunity to change my destiny. If I want something, I'll do it. This time, I definitely won't make the wrong decision this time. Lu Sheng suddenly stopped. Then he looked at the hand that was emitting true ki. This is a large amount of battle memories that can be absorbed in a short period of time. Is this moment an understanding of the truth? The difficulties in my combat techniques have been broken. Now I have turned these combat techniques into my own. Lu Sheng clenched his fists in determination, his mind clear. Is this what the teacher said in class? Is this enlightenment? On this path, I took another step forward. Qinghe, Mom and Dad, I will become stronger and fight for what I want. In Lu Sheng's hands right now is probably what his family wants. Scene change: a fierce zombie with bloodshot eyes. It screamed loudly. Then it prepares to throw a punch. Lu Sheng supported it, then prepared for battle. His eyes were full of iron. One punch swings. The direct punch knocks the zombie unconscious. Lu Shen sighed as he looked at the power source of the zombie lying on the ground that was transmitted to him. Phew, this zombie has practiced martial arts before, right? He can still use combat skills, even after becoming a zombie. Then Lu Shen squinted his eyes and looked at this land. According to the zombie's memory base, number 1359 should be ahead, but the base should be destroyed in a black field of bones and facing endless monsters. Right, I don't see any monsters in front of me. How strange. Suddenly, two zombies came. Lu Sheng used a path to pass through them. Those zombies' heads directly flew off. Lu Sheng suddenly stopped and looked forward, finally found it base, number 1359. In front of Lu Sheng were many buildings protected by a sturdy wall. Lu Sheng slid down the cliff. The sturdy wall looked huge up close. He looked up and commented, "This wall is indeed a magnificent wall. Is this the city? Where is the base?" Lu Sheng looked helplessly at a nearby skull. I feel like if two giant monsters came out right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Lu Sheng climbed up from the water stains on the wall. The scene of the city gradually appeared. Lu Sheng was tired. This wall is too thick. It must be 20 meters. It's beyond imagination. How can a base of this size be broken through? Regardless of martial arts or the level of civilization development, this world is far different from ours. But such a strong civilization was destroyed by the claws of monsters. What will our future be like? Lu Shen finally stood up from the crack. He stood there evaluating. That building is different from the others. Maybe some military base or a command center. Suddenly from that central building, the Holy Spirit discovered something. What is that? An old man with silver hair was leaning against the building. The old man's eyes were shining like stars, and he was holding a sword in his hand. Lu Sheng guessed. It seems to be a zombie. Suddenly, a strong light appeared from the direction of the old man. Lu Sheng was frightened and sat down. Remembering the face just now, Lu Sheng gasped. What is that thing? Is it a counterwave or spiritual power? Why is it so powerful? Seeing that everything had returned to normal, Lu Sheng reassured himself, that's not a place I can get close to. Don't think about it for now. The six saints stood up and looked at the wandering zombies below. Let's go to the nearby places and observe first. The zombies down there aren't that scary. Zombies were wandering around the city. Suddenly one of them was attacked in the head. Lu Sheng quickly jumped on the zombie's head and then jumped onto a nearby building. Lu Sheng opened the door of the house and looked around, sighing in relief. Haze. No zombies. Looks like a normal room. Lu Sheng searched around, then looked at a table of rotten food nearby. It seems like the whole family was eating when the apocalypse suddenly came. The utensils haven't been cleaned, and there's no sign of damage to the windows. Could it be that all ordinary people would be turned into zombies by that black, blurry skeleton screen? Lu Sheng suddenly noticed a machine that was still lit nearby. Lu Sheng curiously reached out and pressed the machine. What is this? It can still work. A beam of light appeared, followed by a mechanical voice. End of standby mode restarting. The machine projected a graceful figure. "Hello, sir. Welcome to using Tianheng technology." Lu Sheng looked up at the mechanical girl in front of him. "What is this hologram or virtual reality?" Lu Sheng suddenly stopped, realizing a bigger problem. "Wait, is this the same language as me?" Lu Sheng looked at the 3D technology in front of him suspiciously, using a language system similar to my world, isn't it? High-tech automatic translation technology. The technology girl continued, "I am a product of Tianheng technology. The artificial intelligence is integrated with the 16th generation intelligent brain. Mr. Ellie, I am responsible for controlling and managing the network server of base 1359. Lu Sheng was puzzled. Artificial intelligence, optical brain. It's really future technology. Thinking so. Lu Sheng ordered, "Then Ellie, can you help me find out the news of the past few days?" Ellie opened her eyes wide. "Okay, glad to serve you. Connecting to Skynet. Skynet connection failed. Connecting to the civilian database of base 1359. Connection successful." In front of Lu Sheng appeared a series of other system panels. Ellie's mechanical voice rang out. "Martial calendar year 11 and 24. June 21st, base number 2, successfully launched the 58th batch of Life Exploration spacecraft. The target is the Lyra galaxy. Martial calendar year 1124. July 12th, base number 105 was captured. Martial calendar year 1124. September 24th, Lieutenant General Sun Shanghe successfully advanced to level 10, becoming the 322nd level 10 expert. Currently, there are about 23 level 10 experts in the Martial Alliance. Martial calendar year 1124. September 30th, base number 114, 893, 1022 were occupied respectively. Division B sent to search and rescue the survivors. Martial calendar year 1124. November 19th. Martial World will hold the 24th Grandmaster Convention at Main Base. Number 1. Discuss the recent strategic directions. Hearing the information, Lu Sheng roughly chained together level 10 martial artist. If the division of this world and my world are the same, it is unimaginable that their martial arts development has reached this level. Suddenly, another information board appeared in front of Lu Sheng. The information board showed a giant monster with blood-red eyes. The monster used its sharp arms to tear the sky apart. From that pink hole, other monsters fell down. The records show that those monsters were destroying the city. Lu Sheng's eyes widened as if he couldn't believe what he saw. The martial arts and technology of this world have developed to a very high level that I could not have imagined. Then Lu Sheng remembered what he saw from this desolate city, yet regardless of the 10th level martial arts, or that towering wall under the claws of those demons' obsession, there was no way to protect them. The information panel continued to show the scene of the satellite searching in outer space. Lu Sheng concluded, even in the end, they decided to abandon their home planet and send people to other planets to search for life. But one day, human civilization collapsed completely. There was no heart-shaking news sent back. Lu Sheng could not help but use themselves. He walked to a nearby chair and sat down. Sure enough, they still could not escape the fate of destruction. Such a great and glorious civilization is truly a pity. After having understood this barren land, Lu Sheng wanted to know more. "Oh, Ellie, can you help me investigate the history of this world?" Ellie smiled. "Okay, investigating world history." Another document appeared in front of Lu Sheng. Lu Sheng looked at the document and couldn't help but feel regretful for this civilization. This world is so powerful, yet it is difficult for it to escape the disaster of destruction. Perhaps from their own experiences, I will learn something that will help my world escape such a fate. Ellie's mechanical voice rang out. In the first year of the martial arts calendar, a giant crack appeared all over the world. From that crack, a large number of alien monsters appeared. In the 34th year of martial arts, the first internal force, warrior, was born in the Gulong Kingdom. At the same time, the World Martial Arts Federation was established. Lu Sheng broke out in a cold sweat after hearing just a little bit. "That's not right. Isn't this the history of our world?" Lu Sheng stopped investigating and thoughtfully concluded the most likely hypothesis at the moment. So that's how it is. Same language and same way of dividing martial artists into ranks. What I just saw was not the destruction of another world, but my world, 10,000 years in the future. Lu Sheng didn't believe in this hypothesis. He grasped another possibility. Wait, no, it's not necessarily the same world. It could just be that they're merged or a parallel world. Lu Sheng stood up and said to Ellie in a slightly loud voice, "Ellie, can you find any news about humans?" The mechanical sound rang out, followed by a series of other documents. Search completed a total of 36 results. Lu Sheng pointed at a personal information document. Martial arts, June 297. It really is me. What's going on? I can only live to 28. Am I still an ordinary person? On the information board is a photo of Lu Sheng's face. The image looks like a sickly, sunken face. Name, Lu Sheng. Gender, male. Lifespan, martial arts, 297. June to martial arts, 325 February. Identity, ordinary life. History, marriage, history, none history, evaluation, none. Lu Shen looked at Ellie and ordered, continue searching. March 299. Name changed to Lu Shengsu. Ellie shook her head. Insufficient permission. The visitor cannot look up martial artist information. Please provide a blood jealousy form to create an account. Lu Shen looked at his hand. Registering an account also requires providing blood. Lu Shen wondered, provide how is there a syringe provided inside? Ellie directly grabbed Lu Sheng's finger and bit it. Lu Shen blushed and couldn't believe his eyes. This. Ellie let go of Lu Sheng's hand. A little blood appeared on her tongue. Ellie closed her eyes and felt blood sample collection successful, investigation underway. Lu Sheng's face was still red, embarrassedly holding her hand. Phew. People in the future are also playing big, even though they are just virtual characters. Suddenly, Ellie showed signs of image confusion. Seeing this abnormality, Lu Sheng was confused. What? Ellie opened her eyes wide. The message appeared in bright red ding blood color. Checked ignition plan initiated. Ellie raised her hand to create the document. Even the document image that was green earlier now turned red, linking to the resource warehouse of base 11359. Linking successful permissions initiated. Lu Sheng frowned in confusion. What kindling could it be? A plan to leave Earth to find a new world? A red information panel appeared, showing the face of an older Lu Sheng name. Lu Sheng gender, male age. Martial Arts 297. June to Martial Arts 334. August Martial Arts Strength Level 4. Martial Artist Authority Level 2. Lu Sheng was surprised. Why did the photo on my introduction change? Lu Sheng opened his mouth and looked more closely. The future has changed. Let's see the details. That year he ranked first in the whole school, graduated from Beihai Academy of Beihai Province. In the same year, he ranked 23rd in Beihai Province and entered Beihai Martial Arts University. 3 years later, he joined the army and served in the Tianan military region. He died on the battlefield. 37 years old, unmarried lieutenant officer with no outstanding contributions. Lu Sheng couldn't believe his eyes. Could it be that after I became stronger, the future gradually changed? Lu Sheng clicked on each document to view. In the document, even his life trajectory before the age of 18 was exactly the same. Ripple. Even his rising results before the college entrance exam were recorded. But no matter how rich the history was, that shock was not a semai. In the human database, I'm not considered a genius at all. Lu Sheng sighed with some regret. After all, in the history of more than 10,000 years, there are truly countless geniuses. The ones who are listed as being punished are also only a few. However, there is one flaw in the database. Lu Shen began to analyze from his own perspective. In the Gaokao exam, he showed me that my Qi and Blood index was 2012, with a strength index of 257. If I were to escape this dream by following the breathing and physical training methods and maintaining my current values, it would be normal for me to achieve this result in more than 200 days. But if I can gain more and cultivate more in this dream, then my results should surpass this one, right? Lu Sheng was puzzled. How can I be ranked 23rd in the province? I should be on the national list. Everyone should know about my existence. Lu Sheng's eyes were determined. My future can't just be like this. If I become stronger, I can change the future. Then the future human civilization will escape destruction. I, Lu Sheng, must change history and try to turn the world around. A fire burned in Lu Sheng's heart. The fire grew large and rose high. The next morning, in an apartment building, Lu Sheng's mother brought food to the table. Lu Sheng and Qinghe had already sat down. Lu Sheng's mother saw him wearing home clothes and asked little Lu, "Why don't you go change into your uniform? Don't you have class today?" Lu Shen picked up the hot bun and replied, "Yes, the teacher said I can study at home from now on. I don't need to go to school anymore." Lu Sheng's mother muttered, "Is there such a thing?" Lu Qinghe also frowned and thought, "Can schools even choose to study at home? Why have I never heard of this?" A moment later, Lu Sheng pulled up a chair and stood up. "I'm full." Lu Sheng smiled at his mother. "Then I'll go to the practice room first. Mom, please clean up for me." His mother smiled. "Go ahead. Remember to take care of your health." Lu Qinghe pursed his lips and frowned. This brat seems to have changed a lot recently. He's no longer as naive as before. Moreover, he's even turned into a calm and mysterious person. Closing the door, Lu Shen turned around to start his hand when the phone rang. Lu Sheng picked up the phone. "Hello, teacher Zhong." Zhong Guo on this side spoke. "Lu Shen, I've received the school's scholarship. Come to school this afternoon to get it." Lu Shen replied, "Yes, teacher, you've worked hard." Zhong Guo asked, "That's right. Why didn't you come to school today? It's not about discussing your class time. I want to—" Lu Shen interrupted Zhong. "Zhengao teacher. Zhong, I don't have much time left, so I can't waste it. I can't explain for now. If there's anything else, I'll call you back." Zhong Guo still wanted to say something, but Lu Sheng hung up. Lu Sheng sat down and started practicing. There is no time to think about that now. I want to show my talent and surprise everyone. The only way is to reveal more of my talent to get more resources. I have to reach the peak as fast as possible, then find a way to change the future. In that old room, Lu Sheng spoke up. Ellie, please investigate my authority. Please investigate everything related to martial arts, cultivation methods, both comprehension and records. Ellie agreed. Okay, investigating completed. There were a total of 751 results. Lu Shen frowned as he looked at the information that appeared. There are too many. Can you choose the most suitable cultivation method for Level 1 martial arts cultivation, and what content best matches that value? Ellie closed her eyes. Okay. Filtering information within the first level. Martial arts limit 34,521 information filtered. Sorting and selecting the result with the highest rating. Screening successful. A total of 3 results. Lu Sheng frowned as he looked at the 3 documents in front of him. This is the most powerful cultivation method from 10,000 years ago. Refined Martial Arts Introduction, written by Wang, her level 11 martial artist, including the ignition plan. Natural Breathing Method Introductory Part, written by Yang Yi Cho level 11, martial artist, including the ignition plan. Crystal Observation Method Introductory Part, written by Duan Yifeng, level 11, martial artist, including the ignition plan. Lu Sheng was puzzled. Level 11. Level 11, isn't it? That the strongest martial artist can only reach level 9, right? In front of me are 3 copies of cultivation methods passed down from level 1 martial artists. It's unbelievable. Even though it's just an introduction, their value is so valuable that it's indescribable. These techniques all include the ignition plan. It seems that the top martial artists have already predicted that this fate will happen in the future. Although they can't do anything, they can only pass on the essence they have learned throughout their lives, hoping that in the future, someone will continue to inherit this ignition technique. Unfortunately, they will not think that the person who picks up the ignition will not be that successor, but me. He closed his eyes and felt. The human body's physical training is like a miniature universe. Let's dispel all the worries in our body and concentrate our mind. Believe in refining the blood and energy, strengthen the energy and condense the spirit to penetrate all the cells. Each cell can turn into a star with terrible power, turning the blood in the body into a rushing galaxy. Within the body transforms into infinite power, starfields. Cultivating to a certain level of depth, the warrior's body will reach the most terrifying state. Both defense and strength will increase to an unimaginable level. Lu Sheng swung a punch. The blood energy seemed to be burning majestic like a galaxy. After a while, he gasped. This is terrible. If the effect of the previous training technique was 1, then the effect of the constant refinement body technique will be 1,000 or even higher. The starting exercise of gymnastic is no different from the radio gymnastics exercises, right? Lu Sheng continued to look at the information. Then next is the natural breathing method. Natural breathing stage. 1. Breathing fire. Lu Sheng closed his eyes and exhaled. Lu Sheng's surroundings seemed to be covered with fire from his exhalation. Lu Sheng finally breathed a sigh of relief. The flames were faintly visible in Lu Sheng's body. Is this the breathing of flames? It feels like there are countless flames burning in my body. Even my blood seems to be boiling. This is a type of breathing method. Later on, there will be other types of breathing with other attributes so powerful. Lu Sheng looked at the last material. Next is the method of observing the crystal to purify the mind and strengthen the will. This is related to the most mysterious part of the spiritual power of martial arts practice. Lu Sheng sat down in meditation. Is this the cultivation of spiritual power? Let me try it out. Opening his eyes again, Lu Sheng was already in another space. In front of him was another Lu Sheng's body curled up. He was bewildered. Is this the world of spirits? Lu Sheng stood before his gigantic body. He reached out to touch it. The training of mental strength is extremely important for a martial artist. A warrior with a steadfast will and not losing focus, whether it is combat power or cultivation speed, is beyond the indulgence of a warrior's will and desire. But how exactly should one cultivate? Lu Sheng kicked him in the head and looked up and down at his body. I really can't understand, Lu. Shen sighed tiredly. Phew, it seems I'll have to learn it gradually in the future. Lu Sheng opened his eyes in a daze. His mind and body were exhausted. I'm so tired. It doesn't feel like a dream at all. Then he looked at the mud around his body. So stinky am I sweating? He happily looked at his muddy traces. It really is the effect of cultivation. It will also affect my current health to some extent. How wonderful. Lu Sheng smiled, stood up and took off his clothes. Hurry up and take a shower. The effectiveness of the Heng refined body technique and the natural breathing method has increased to level 2. It really can eliminate the impurities in my body. Everyone can't believe it. Lu Shen picked up the bottle of supplements on the table. My current cultivation speed is increasing like crazy. Tomorrow after I go to school to get my scholarship, I can start refining medicine. Lu Sheng's eyes lit up as he looked at the medicine bottle. A rare folk remedy from 10,000 years later. Not only can it rapidly increase one's strength, it can even change the situation of all the medicines in this world. At Beihe Academy, everyone was on break in the staff room. Zhong Zhengo frowned and gave Lu Sheng his card. Next time if you miss class, you have to tell me. Lu Shen bowed his head and received the card. I know, thank you, Teacher Zhong. Zhengo leaned back in his chair and said, if you're busy, just go. Remember to come to school at least once a week. Lu Sheng cut the card back into his pocket. Yes, sir. Zhengo looked at Lu Sheng and thought, I haven't seen this kid for only 2 days, but why do I feel like I can't understand him at all? On the way holding the card in his hand, Lu Sheng thought, finally, I have money I need to quickly solve the problem of lack of blood and qi. I have the medicine of the future world. Making my own tonic is the most effective. The last recipe I got from the Tinder resource library. In this day and age, the most suitable for me are the muscle and blood enhancing soup and the bone nourishing pill. No matter how simple the medicine is, it still requires professional tools. Just a little difference in temperature and dosage can make a big difference in effectiveness. I need a professional medicine making room, but buying a set myself is not suitable. With the current amount of money I have on hand, I basically don't have enough. After thinking for a while, Lu Sheng stood in front of a store. Let's see, is it possible to rent some equipment from a pharmacy? The shop owner was an old man with a shaggy beard. He shouted loudly, renting a medicine refining room. What kind of joke is this? The medicine refining room is the most important part of the pharmacy. Do you want to discover our exclusive secret formula? I'd be stupid to let you in there. Saying that the pharmacy owner immediately slammed the door shut. Get lost. Lu Sheng saw this and sighed. Sigh, this is already the 7th pharmacy. It's really not very practical. Opening the bag and looking at the ingredients inside, he felt frustrated. He thought to himself, I've already bought all the ingredients to make muscle and blood enhancing soup. I even bought a few extra. Then glanced at the bank card in his hand. The card that Mr. Trung gave me didn't have 30,000, but 80,000. I guess he's helping me himself again. Put the card away. Lu Sheng left. If it doesn't work, then I'll have to go online to buy some rudimentary equipment to try. Lu Sheng crossed the street and suddenly saw her. There's also a pharmacy here. Opening a pharmacy in a remote corner. Like this is probably. Entering the shop, Lu Sheng greeted hello. The music from the shopkeeper's phone rang out. Please return the Dragon King. The 3-year period has come. The shopkeeper saw the customer coming, Lu Shen politely asked hello. The shopkeeper ignored him and said perfunctorily, if you want to buy something, look for it yourself. Get it and bring it to me to pay. Lu Sheng replied, I don't want to buy anything. The shop owner was still looking at his phone, waving his hand. Don't take it and run. The entire pharmacy is being monitored and filmed very clearly. Lu Sheng's face darkened. No matter how bad the previous store's attitude was, they would always ask me what I needed. But this store is different. It has absolutely no intention of doing business. The stall owner laughed happily, watching the video of a hot girl dancing. Lu Sheng reached out to the phone and smashed it into pieces. The stall owner saw this and got angry. Fuck you. You want to die. Lu Sheng's eyes widened, his eyes showing danger. The stall owner was scared and stammered, Die. Sweat gradually appeared on his face. The stall owner withdrew his hand. What do you want to do? Lu Sheng reached out. I want to ask you something. Do you have a preparation lab here? The shopkeeper frowned in fear. So what? But what if there isn't? Didn't you come to buy medicine? Lu Sheng smiled and said, if you have a lab, I want to discuss a business deal with you. Hearing that a moment later, the owner of the stone shop led Lu Sheng to the door of the medicine refining room. Lu Sheng was about to open the door when the shop owner stopped him. The counter owner held up 3 fingers. We've made it clear, 1 hour 500 if it's not 1 o'clock. Then it's like that. I'll give you 3 hours at most and... Lu Sheng smiled and raised his bank card. Hey, I know I paid in advance, right? The counter owner holding the card in his hand immediately changed his attitude and happily said goodbye to Lu Sheng. You can do whatever you want, haha. Entering, Lu Sheng put on his protective gear. Okay, then let's start. First, alchemy. Lu Sheng held the green animal in his hand. First, he started processing the raw materials. He dropped the green scale lizard into a solution, examined it carefully, and thought. The green scale lizard catabolizes the green scale. Separating the scales increases the activity of the raw materials. Then add a neutralizer to the medicine at a concentration of 35% and maintain a stable temperature. Next, Lu Sheng decomposes the raw materials. Next, liquefy the moonstone. Use laser radiation to adjust the light radiation so that the inside can be seen. Specifically decompose the materials into a liquid state. Gather them together and then freeze them. Finally, cut off 30% of the castor oil plant roots. This root is especially hard. The quantity must be strictly controlled. After processing the raw materials, we will adjust them according to the order of the medicinal properties immediately after that. He mixed it according to the ratio and reaction order. Finally, he got muscle and blood-enhancing soup. Holding muscle and blood-enhancing soup in his hand, Lu Sheng happily said, "It's a success. I didn't expect it to be successful the first time. This is the tonic of 10,000 years later." Lu Sheng took off his mask and was about to take a sip, but he thought, but whether it will work or not, we'll have to wait until we drink it. He immediately drank the muscle and blood-enhancing soup and gulp, gulp. After drinking, he wiped his mouth. I don't feel anything, nor does it taste. Did I fail? While he was thinking that he had failed, he suddenly felt dizzy and drunk. He staggered and fell to his knees, clutching his chest. Lu Sheng's tendons bulged in pain. He screamed in pain, his eyes glowing. Then he lay there panting, humph, tea. Then he sat up in a mess. Humph, the medicine's effect is too strong. It can fill the lack of blood and qi for such a long period of time, even with excess. Lu Sheng's face was full of sweat as he pondered, a powerful medicine like this can't possibly cause harm to the body. This is unbelievable. Not only that a powerful blood tonic like this can also increase skin thickness, shrink pores, whiten, and moisturize the skin, and it also has other effects. This is the result of 10,000 years ago. It is truly the crystallization of the wisdom of the entire martial arts. While he was feeling tired, there was a knock on the door. Lu Sheng tiredly opened the door. "What's wrong? It's not time yet. Didn't I tell you not to bother me?" The stall owner shouted anxiously. "There's no time to explain. Hurry up and run. Run through the back door quickly. Our boss is back." Moving to the outside of the store, someone got out of the car. She gracefully walked in. A girl wearing a white blouse is walking towards the lab table. She is carrying a box full of herbal test tubes. Sweating profusely, she opened the cap of a test tube and tasted it directly. Suddenly, she shouted, "Not good, not good, still not good." The drug's reaction has decreased again. It's completely unable to exert its full medicinal properties. No, something like this can't be considered a tonic. The TV was broadcasting a commercial. The muscular old man was smiling confidently and saying, "Stand up, martial artists. How can you casually say that you are not capable enough? Let the past fly with the wind. Don't keep the remnants of yesterday in your mind. We must cherish the present so that we can reap tomorrow. Longhu erectile dysfunction pills. You deserve it." The girl saw this and her eyes suddenly lit up. Her expression was filled with indignation. With the rapid development of martial arts, the pharmaceutical industry is gradually changing. Every day, better drugs are being researched and produced. Old drugs will gradually be screened out. That is also the reason why my family is so weak now. On the laboratory table, a broken family photo frame. A large part of the mother's image was missing, leaving only the father holding the little girl. She was Su, the child in the photo. It was only because of the overly conservative and outdated concept that she clung too closely to the stereotype and did not think about improvement. Now on the shelves of Xingshan are all old medicines from hundreds of years ago. They are no longer competitive in the market. Angry, she bit her nails even harder. "Forget it, if I don't have the strength to create it, I'll have to cooperate with the old pharmacists." Thinking, she turned around and headed towards the door. Old Zhang in the city next door just created a new medicine. This time I must go there and get it. Whether the He family can turn things around or not depends on this time. A young man wearing an apron ran over. "Sister, didn't you go to the city next door today? Why are you back so early?" He was Ma Fei. Hisusu walked in silently. Ma Fei felt his heart pounding when he saw this. But very quickly, he was like a person in the clouds, thinking, "Wow, sister, he is still as beautiful as before, with a radiant aura and a delicate face. You will forever be my goddess." A family that was gradually falling apart, only he was persistently staying by her side to protect the goddess. Thinking of Hisusu having to rely on him, Ma Fei happily drooled. People who love each other will eventually come together. Having both career and love reach the peak of life. That's right, isn't it written like that in novels? A loud call from the sky woke him up from his dream. "Ma Fei, I'm here, sister." What's wrong? What is this? Didn't you secretly let someone into my medicine mixing room? Look at your dirty clothes. Hisusu showed him the stained white blouse, but Ma Fei seemed to not hear a word. Even when angry, she's extremely beautiful. Hisusu became even angrier. Ma Fei realized this and flusteredly explained, No way, sister. How could I do that?" Hisusu heard that and could only cover her face. "Humph. This brat. Forget it, you don't have to come here tomorrow." Ma Fei was startled when he heard that. "Sister, he listened to me explain." "Idiot, this is so annoying." Hisusu angrily threw the white blouse into the trash can. All the tools have to be washed and wiped again and disinfected again. The table also has to. This guy even uses laser activators and controllers. She looked at the pile of things on the table and had to straighten up. Her eyes landed on a tube containing, "This is a mutated lizard, used to increase the activity of the mutated lizard god, but remove the most valuable scales." Never heard of this method before. Sigh, looks like this is another crazy idea. A guy who wants to make his own medicine. Making medicine requires a large amount of knowledge about pharmacology. In addition, it also requires a large amount of money and countless other combinations. A person who doesn't even have his own pharmacy, does he think he can get rich overnight? She thought while wiping the glass. A smile appeared on her lips, seemingly sarcastic, but I also put my hopes on such crazy things. Isn't it the same as what I'm doing now? Sigh, I snuck into someone's pharmacy to use the equipment and then dropped it. I'm so desperate I've created so many surprises in one day. She crossed her arms and looked at the test tube that was still rolling on the floor. Her susu bent down to pick up the broken test tube that still had a bit of pink liquid left. This flavor. Hisusu brought the test tube close to her eyes. Fish, moon, stone, spring, life, root. What kind of combination is this? Also, has this kind of reaction? This is the first time I've heard of this medicine. Could it be? She touched a finger to the pink liquid. She tasted it with her finger. Just touched the tongue, and suddenly this is... On the street, Marfei put on his coat and carried his backpack. Sigh, that stinky brat. He almost killed me. If I had known earlier, I shouldn't have accepted that small amount of money. He looked back regretfully. My goddess, I don't believe it. Is my fate going to end here? Oh God, please let me see my goddess, even if it's just a glance. Wish come true. From afar, Marfei saw Hisusu waving at him. Marfei, don't go, stop. Hisusu waved to signal Marfei to stop. Marfei saw her Susu and was as happy as if he saw his mother-sister. No, Susu, I knew you had me in your heart. Marfei jumped up happily. He threw all his things and rushed towards her Susu. I'm not going anywhere. Staying by your side is always my place to return to my Susu. While he was still happy, her Susu grabbed his collar. Hey, who was it that came to my medicine room just now? I want to see him immediately. When Marfei saw this, his face turned pale. Are you deaf? I'm talking to you. I want to see him. Marfei was grabbed by the collar by Hisusu and shaken back and forth as if he wanted to knock his brain out. If you can find him, you can continue to work and double your salary. Understand? Marfei raised her phone. I have a way to contact him. Give it to me. Hisusu grabbed the phone, throwing Marfei to the ground like trash. The poison just now has the effect of replenishing blood and chi 10 times more than the drugs currently on the market that cost less than 100,000 yuan. Moreover, it also has the effect of whitening the skin and increasing various muscle functions. The main ingredients are all common medicinal herbs that cost no more than 5,000 yuan. This is truly a new world-class medicine. Finally, I found it. This is the He family's chance. Hisusu put the phone to her ear. Lu Sheng is currently cultivating. He woke up. Refined physical arts, as expected of a level 10 cultivation method from 10,000 years later, a development that surpasses human potential. It's truly unbelievable. The natural breathing method is already magical enough. It is a very powerful ability. If there is no combination of this breathing method, the effect of physical training will not be so good. My blood circulation is much stronger. The effect of muscle-enhancing water is also very okay. Just now only made 12 bottles with my current physique. I have to take 2 bottles a day after 6 days. I have to adjust the medicine. The phone on the table rang. You called me, but I didn't answer. You called me, but I didn't answer. Lu Sheng picked up the phone and looked. He picked up the phone. Hello, master. Hello, sorry to bother you. I am Hisusu, the person in charge of Xingshan. I saw that the medicine you left behind will be a product of the times. We can cooperate. Xingshan will try our best to promote this product. Lu Sheng replied from the other end. Maybe we can meet in a week. Hisusu was surprised. A week, if that's possible, then right now. Hello, Grandmaster. A week later is not possible. Marfei. Hisusu grabbed Marfei's collar again. From now on, you are the one in charge of helping me find that Grandmaster as quickly as possible. For 6 days, I will reward you 10,000 yuan every day, understand? Marfei was excited when he heard that. Really, boss. You gonna keep your word? But aren't you misunderstanding? The person who asked me to borrow that alchemy room is only in his teens. He looks like a student. Is he really the alchemy master you're talking about? Hisusu was stunned. What student? Who the hell is he? In Dream, a zombie just got a hook punch from Lu Sheng, sending the lunchbox leader's head flying right on the spot. Behind, another zombie used its hand to grab the head of the zombie from earlier, which was continuously emitting hazy purple smoke. Lu Sheng took a defensive stance and looked at the huge zombie with a sharp gaze. Phew, today's target is you. The zombie revealed its true form as a muscular monster. One of his arms was missing, and he was wearing a torn cloak behind him. He gently crushed the head of the unfortunate zombie from earlier and calmly threw it down. Lu Sheng also didn't want to waste any more time for him, so he ran over and said, Let's see if a level 1 martial artist like me can defeat a level 4 martial artist like you. But before Lu Sheng could get close, he was hit by his punch. Luckily, he quickly discovered it and got into a defensive stance. The punch sent Lu Sheng flying away. Lu Sheng sweated profusely as he looked at him. So strong his strength is even twice as strong as mine. Can't fight like this. The zombie didn't give him a chance to fight back, it immediately charged forward. He used a very strong blow to hit him, but Lu Sheng was one step faster and moved behind him. Then gave him a punch that knocked him to the ground. He propped himself up with one hand, preparing to stand up, but saw Lu Sheng behind him raise his leg. One blow to kill him. Lu Sheng breathed heavily in front of his corpse. But he did not forget to stay and collect the memories of this zombie death in battle on the front lines. They are not monsters that level up to gain experience, but the death of all humanity immortal souls. Lu Sheng stood straight, placing his hands on his chest and bowing slightly as if to show respect. After absorbing it, he exclaimed, "It turns out that before he died, he was a level 5 expert. No wonder his fists were so strong. If he hadn't lost his intellectual arm and could only fight with the remaining instincts in his body, I wouldn't have been able to defeat him." Lu Sheng said this and closed his eyes, recalling what he had practiced before. Then counted, "I have been practicing the natural breathing method and the crystal observation method for a week now, using muscle and blood enhancing soup to increase the speed of blood development, and also gaining understanding in combat techniques through recalling memories. If I can use the hidden method in the physical refining technique and combine it with the breathing valve, I can unleash a power that is twice as strong as my normal state, 10 times stronger, or even 100 times stronger." At this moment, a group of zombies appeared from somewhere and tried to kill him. So he brought out a new move to try and conveniently named it. I will call it Fixed Star Outburst. The next day he went to the place to check his blood pressure. "Hello," the receptionist heard the greeting and noticed a familiar boy. It turned out to be Lu Sheng, smiling and asking to rent experimental equipment. "I want to rent some experimental equipment. Also, are there any empty rooms here?" The receptionist saw him coming again and teased, "Little brother, why are you here again? Isn't the exam coming up soon? The Qi and blood index can't be increased in a short period of time." Lu Sheng was not angry, but instead scratched his head in confusion. "Haha, that's right, I was wondering if it would increase a little more." He thought to himself, "It's true that I've been here 12 times this month. Normal people only come once every few months, sometimes even half a year. Even the schools that care the most about their students' grades plan monthly exams." Seeing him confused, the receptionist stopped teasing him. "Room 206 is still empty. You can go in by yourself." "Good luck," Lu Sheng also happily replied. "Yes, thank you." In the testing room, Lu Sheng stood in front of the blood pressure machine and sighed. "If it weren't for my strength increasing so quickly, who would want to come here so often to check if I've made any progress? Let's first check my blood pressure index, H." He put his hand on the ball. After a while of testing, the machine showed the result of 15,632. The number increased so quickly that it surprised him. 1,6 increased so much I didn't expect it to surpass the standard of a level 2 martial artist. He happily thought to himself, "That's right, possessing the supreme martial arts of 10,000 years in the future, plus the most advanced tonic medicine. If only the growth rate wasn't so outrageous, it would be strange." Thinking, he rolled up his sleeves to check something else. "Okay, let's check my battle power," he said. Then he walked towards the test model and punched the model. "You!" After the smoke from his punch gradually cleared, the displayed number also made him surprised, 31/37. That high, more than double the standard value. Or maybe it was because of that punch. He thought of a possibility, but immediately denied it. It can't be like that. If that's the case, then my peak fighting power is even more unpredictable. Let's do it again. A moment later, the receptionist saw him leave, and immediately smiled and asked him, "Little brother, have you finished the test? You look very satisfied, right?" Lu Sheng nodded and smiled. "Yes, very satisfied." Hearing that, the receptionist also smiled and cheered him on. "Then I wish you a smooth exam. Good luck." Hearing that, Lu Sheng also politely nodded and said, "Thank you, sister." Then he left. The receptionist saw him leave and exclaimed, "This kid is cool. He looks handsome when he smiles. Who are you talking about?" Suddenly a voice came from afar. The receptionist immediately recognized senior sister Ni and her junior brother. The girl with orange-pink hair and a short shirt was Ni Shuang, the daughter of the Hong Chuan, martial arts hall's headmaster. Behind her was her junior brother. Ni Shuang approached the reception desk and joked, "I just brought my little brother back from soaking in medicine and saw you standing there hiding and looking at guys. Was that the person just now here to check?" Hearing that, the receptionist shyly waved her hand. "Ah yeah, this girl doesn't dare to be crazy about guys. Just now, she was just a normal high school student, but she was really cool." The junior brother behind heard and looked disdainful. "Humph, what use is being handsome? It's not like he can eat anything, and only martial arts level is everything in this society. Looking at the way he dresses, he seems to come from an ordinary family. Even if we check him over and over again, it's useless. Ni Shuang frowned when he heard this and thought, although poor, he is good at martial arts. The martial arts resource factor can be said to take up a large part of cultivation. Lana has been taking various supplements since he was young, so before he started cultivating, his blood value was already much higher than that of ordinary people. Now, the more you practice different martial arts, the gap with your peers is getting bigger and bigger. It's hard to avoid complaining. Then she turned to hit her junior brother on the head and shouted, "You stop comparing yourself to other children from normal families." The junior brother got hit on the head. "Ah, you possess many good resources, so you have to work harder in your cultivation. Don't be so complacent all day thinking about having a little achievement." The junior brother got hit on the head and obediently said, "Sorry, hoo-hoo, I know I was wrong." Suddenly he had an idea. Then he said to Ni Shuang in a cheerful tone, Hey, senior sister, Ni Shuang, agree with me on this. I want to see the test results of that guy just now." Ni Shuang was puzzled. Huh? Why? Seeing that his senior sister didn't understand, he explained. "Looking at his appearance, he seems to be a few years older than you. He's probably a high school student. Do you want to see if your hard training is effective?" Seeing Ni Shuang confused, he immediately waved her hand and begged, "If not, I'll feel a little uncomfortable. Go." Seeing that Ni Shuang couldn't help but say, "Yeah, I can't do anything about you." "Okay, but remember, he's just an ordinary person. Don't be too complacent." Seeing that he was agreed to, he laughed out loud. "Of course, haha." The receptionist heard and quickly brought out the results table. He's the only one who came to take the test today. You can see his results here. Ni Shuang took it and looked at Lu Sheng's information. This Lu Sheng is indeed a high school student. Suddenly Ni Shuang became panicked as if she couldn't believe it. This is... All three of them were shocked. The arrogant boy just now fell down in shock. He couldn't believe his eyes. His voice was trembling. This machine isn't broken, right?" The receptionist gently denied his statement. "No, this machine just had a routine check yesterday." Ni Shuang was surprised. Does that mean this achievement is real? Does Xiaoling have his address or phone number? The receptionist was surprised but did not forget to reply to Ni Shuang. He is not a member here, so he did not log in his information. He often comes to our Hongchuan martial arts school, so he must be nearby. Ni Shuang also quickly ordered. Next, quickly contact the staff. Tell them to collect information about the students around here. They will definitely find him. Hurry up. Yes, sir. The receptionist immediately seriously called the staff. Ni Shuang stood there holding Lu Sheng's mysterious achievement board and muttered, "Lu Sheng, I will definitely find you." She looked serious. In another place, the taxi driver seemed to like him very much and promised to introduce a girl to him. Lu Sheng could only force a smile and reply, "Haha, definitely." When the taxi left, he could only sigh. That uncle is so enthusiastic. If I had known earlier, I would have said that I was going to the Martial Arts Association to participate in the Level 2 Martial Artist exam. If I had said that, he would definitely think that I had some kind of mental problem, so he wouldn't have asked me to talk to him the whole way. Just as I was about to open the door to go in, a guy in a red shirt ran out crying, "Impossible, impossible." When I was at home, my combat power was clearly just over 150. How could this be? Everyone looked at him and felt comforted for him. It's the State Martial Arts Association's machine. It's even more accurate than the machines sold outside. Lu Sheng was secretly delighted when he heard that more accurate. That's great. I can finally know more about my own strength. Inside, he went straight to the reception desk and asked, "Hello, may I ask how to take the martial arts exam?" The receptionist was busy but did not ignore him. She gave him a form and instructed, "First you have to fill out this form, then go to room 5203 to take the exam." After filling it out, he went to the room as directed. Then he was startled to see it packed with people inside. "Hey, the line is so long." He sighed in frustration. "Highs, I really don't have time to waste through." Suddenly, two people near him started whispering, catching his attention. "There, see what a beautiful girl. Is she here for the test too?" The other person also responded excitedly, "I see such a beautiful girl. Dares to come here. Her abilities aren't normal." Lu Sheng turned his curious eyes towards them. A petite girl was standing far in front of him in line. He thought to himself, most of the people in line are around 25 years old. I'm probably the youngest here, but she looks even younger than me. Suddenly, a tall guy walked in from outside. He walked up to the top. "Excuse me, please move aside." He went to the first place where there was a pair of mandarin ducks, looking forward to a bright future. "Well done. Yuea, today is the day you can embark on the path of martial arts. From now on, you can start a new phase of your life." The girl also happily cheered for him. "Go for it, my love, you will definitely succeed." "Excuse me," the big guy used one finger to push his lover away, confusing both of them. Please get out of the way. The other guy saw him and was surprised, his mouth wide open and his eyes wide open. This body is so strong, it feels like it's stronger than the two of us combined, so strong. The other guy was about to humbly invite the guy to go first, but his girlfriend was not going to let it go easily. Hey, who are you? First come, first served. Don't you understand? Hurry up and line up. Are you being sensible? The big guy handed in the application as if he didn't care about the other girl. The other girl continued to curse. Don't think that just because you're big, you can go against the rules. Suddenly the person dared to say he can, because I just found his application form. Zhao Chang Feng will be the first to check. He is a level 3 martial artist. Her boyfriend wanted to die on the spot. She was surprised, level 3. The beautiful girl in purple was also surprised. Everyone cheered and discussed. Oh my god, that's rare. In the entire Beihai city, there are only a dozen or so people who are level 3 martial artists. Lu Sheng thought to himself, the ultimate power in this martial arts world is strength. The strong will enjoy special privileges. Zhao Changfeng started the first item of the examination, checking the blood key index. The examiner started the examination for Zhao Changfeng. The girl who asked earlier bargained with her lover Humph. I'm just a level 3 martial artist. Not everyone who participates is a level 3 martial artist. What are you pulling for? Her lover wanted to stop her. The result appeared, making him feel as if he was about to die. 107, even exceeding the standard. Everyone was talking again. This is the first time I've seen my blood pressure index surpass 100 like this. What a surprise. The person who dared to appear was not too pressured and moved on to the next category, testing combat strength. Zhao Changfeng punched out a strong gust of wind, causing everyone to fall down. Only the girl in purple and Lu Sheng were able to stand firm. The old man was also surprised when he saw the number. He trembled and said, the final test's combat power index is 10-831. The examiner happily praised Zhao Changfeng. Very good, congratulations. From now on, you are a level 3 martial artist of Beihai City. From now on, you will receive 30,000 yuan in martial arts subsidies every month. Hao Changfeng looked at the wind that dissipated, and everyone slowly stood up. Only Lu Sheng and the purple-clothed girl were able to hold on. The purple-clothed girl kept praising. Blood pressure exceeds 100, combat power breaks through $10,000. This is a level 3 martial artist. That punch created a force that makes it difficult for level 1 martial artists to stand. It is truly a machine that destroys everything. Lu Shen pondered, is this the level of a level 3 martial artist? The girl in purple was a little surprised by Lu Sheng's words and thought to herself, what kind of level is this for a level 3 martial artist? Just being able to stand firm after that guy's punch. What is that brat pretending to be? Lu Sheng stepped forward and asked the examiner, can I take the test next? There's no one in line anyway. The examiner looked at him calmly and couldn't help but be amused. Oh, you're still so calm after witnessing that punch. Not a bad personality. Okay, next person. Lu Shen, let's start the test. He even tried to comfort him not to be stressed. But the index surprised him. 15-7. What? Everyone was shocked when they saw that the girl in purple was also surprised. Her jaw dropped. What the hell is this? Did he take medicine? Zhao Changfeng also exclaimed, a level 2 martial artist. A level 2 martial artist. So young yet possessing such a blood key index. The examiner continued to comfort him in the next category. Just relax. Don't let Zhao Changfeng's punch affect your combat power index. You can test as many times as you want. You can choose the one you're most satisfied with. Lu Sheng laughed at the Inquisitor's confusion. He thank you, but I don't need it. One time is enough. Lu Sheng directly launched his strongest attack. The dazzling light that filled the room surprised Zhao Changfeng, the girl in purple and everyone else. The mirror shattered. Changfeng stood there watching Lu Sheng punch the measuring device. Like everyone else, he was shocked by this sight. System panel shows combat power 15-709, 140. Lu Sheng withdrew his hand and sighed. Whoosh, this is my martial art, after going through a difficult period, plus the Star Force and the natural breathing method. Lu Sheng smiled with satisfaction. My fighting power has increased tenfold. Is this the appeal of martial arts techniques? The staff there held the resume of the 6 saints and stammered, Hey Lu Sheng, congratulations. Congratulations on passing the first level martial artist examination. No, your ability is completely capable of surpassing second level or even third level martial artists. The staff member at this time was extremely serious as he said what he saw. Sorry, I can't judge your strength right now, but rest assured I will now report to the Martial Arts Association's Senior Association. It's impossible to hide any talent. No geniuses, especially geniuses like you. Having expressed his certainty, the employee turned around and ran to report, shouting as he ran. I'm going to report to them. I'm putting my entire career on you. I'll definitely give you a satisfactory answer. Don't worry. Lu Sheng behind him was bewildered. Huh. Seeing his figure running for his life, Lu Sheng realized. Oh, that means I can go home, right? Hey, a huge figure appeared. His loud voice and huge shadow fell over Lu Sheng's body. What do you want from me? He swung his muscular arm out, bringing it in front of Lu Sheng. He spoke up and introduced himself as Zhao Chang Feng Lu. Shen looked at him thoughtfully. After a while, he reached out to shake Lu Sheng's hand. That handshake seemed to radiate true energy. Zhao Chang Feng saw this scene clearly, and excitement flashed across his face. A moment later, countless people with phones appeared and rushed towards Lu Sheng. Hello, Holy Six. I am Wang Da Meng. Please shake my hand. A young man struggled to cover his way and raised his hand. At this moment, a phone was raised. Clearly recording a video, the person held the camera close to Lu Sheng's face. His voice mixed with excitement. Mr. Lu, I am Chief Hu Ming. Can I bother you for a few minutes? Mr. Lu, look this way. Lu Sheng was now pushing and running headlong towards death. Behind him, dozens of people were running after him. Mr. Lu, please, stop. Damn it. These people are fighting over that Zhao Chang Feng. The brain of a level 3 martial artist is much faster than mine. A pair of slender legs stood waiting outside the headquarters. Her sister Yang, why haven't you come out yet? I wonder if it's going well. The short-haired girl with a unique appearance smiled and spoke up. Heh, you can rest assured. A genius like her can easily be recognized as a level 1 martial artist, isn't it normal? Lu Qinhe was graceful and ladylike. Her small floral dress exuded the aura of a student. That's right. Then she looked towards the headquarters and suddenly shouted Lu Sheng. Lu Sheng had just stepped out of the headquarters when someone called his name. He was also surprised. He walked over. Qinghe, why are you here? Lu Qinghe angrily put his hands on his hips. I should be asking you this. You don't go to school, you just stay in your room all day and sleep. What are you doing running to the Martial Arts Association now? A question mark appeared in Lu Sheng's heart. Well, if I don't go to school, then fine. But how did she know that I slept in my room all day? Hearing that, Lu Sheng immediately felt guilty and coughed softly. Cough, I came here to take care of something. What are you guys doing here? The short-haired girl from earlier looked at Lu Sheng with a shy look, and she took the initiative to introduce herself. Hello, Lu Sheng. We are Qinghe's classmates. I'm Feng Fan. You guys usually call me Fan, and this is Shu Ruo. I came here today with senior sister Yang from the Martial Arts Club to participate in the assessment session, she said, pointing to the pink-haired girl next to her. After the introduction, Feng Fan smiled sweetly. Lu Sheng Chaka is so handsome. It's not like what Qinghe told us. Lu Sheng smiled. He thank you. Lu Qinghe next to him shouted, Hey, you too. Lu Sheng looked at Qinghe with a loving gaze, who was blaming his two friends. You're so good. Who in school cleaned up that mess for you guys? Feng Fan teased. Of course it's you, our old mother. Lu Sheng gently stroked Lu Qinghe's head. Then I'll go first. Goodbye, Feng Fan. Fan smiled. Goodbye, Lu Gege. A moment later, after Lu Sheng had gone far away, Feng Fan spoke up. Your brotherly relationship doesn't seem to be bad, right? Lu Qinghe angrily jumped up. Not good at all. You two are traitors. Are your eyes blind? Shu Ruo spoke up at this time. Sister A, Yang Yan is out. The three happily ran over to ask Sister Yang. Sister, how is sister? Did you pass? Yang Yan sighed. Let's not mention it anymore. There was an incident that caused the entire test to stop. We'll probably have to wait until the afternoon, Hu. Feng Fan was confused. Incident? What incident caused the entire test to stop? Yang Yan remembered Lu Sheng's appearance. There is a strange person. No, a monster. He is a student clearly around my age, but he possesses a blood energy of 1-7, a fighting strength that surpasses a level 3 martial artist, exceeding 15,000. Speaking of which made Yang Yan feel a little self-conscious sigh. I used to think that my level was not bad, but this time when I met that guy, I realized that my level was just a joke. Qinghe broke out in a cold sweat. Senior sister Yang Fan standing next to him also added, That's right, senior sister. What's that person's name? Do you know? Yang Yan mumbled. His name is Lu Sheng. Qinghe was surprised, her brother. At that time on Lu Sheng's side, he was eating a hot bun when he suddenly noticed the commotion over there.